Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another video from my awesome channel. Today, or tonight, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to do a movie review. So hopefully this will be the first in many. I'm planning to turn this into a little movie review series, so hopefully I can gain some interest from it and I'll keep doing them. So I'm going to start off with tonight with a foreign film. In case you haven't noticed, I am a huge fan of foreign cinema, so a lot of my movies are subtitled. So if you're not really interested in that kind of thing, then maybe you're looking at the wrong channel. But anyway, tonight for my first review, I'm going to be having a look at a Norwegian film called Next Door. Now, my Norwegian is pretty ordinary, so forgive me if I've butchered this, but the Norwegian name for it is Naboer, and I believe that translates to neighbour. So I'm not sure why the English title is Next Door, but that doesn't matter. This is a film made in 2005, and the director is named Paul Slitajan. I've butchered that name once again, but I'm going to go with that. Paul Slitajan, and it stars Christopher Yonner, who plays the main character of John. And it is a film about the main character John. His girlfriend leaves him at the start of the film, and he's very disturbed and he's very lonely, and he's still trying to get over the fact that his girlfriend left him. And then so one day he gets approached by a woman who ends up being his neighbour, and there's actually two. There's sisters. I think they're sisters or friends or whatever. They live together, and they ask John if he can help them move some furniture around inside their apartment. So what starts off as a friendly kind of request slowly turns into a really, really bizarre, twisted game, a really psychological type of game. And I won't go into the story in depth because I don't want to ruin it, because it's really a film that you have to see with kind of limited description, because yes, it's very, very unique and it's very, very twisted and disturbing. It pays homage to Roman Polanski and David Lynch, so if you're into those kind of movies, then this one will really, well, it should get your interest, because it has been compared to them, and you can really tell that the director of this film was a huge fan of those two directors, because yes, a lot of similarities in these movies. So anyway, yes, it's a very bizarre film. I can't give away too much about the story. Very dreamlike. It's kind of like you're watching a nightmare. Just the camera shots and the color. It's very dark and morbid, and yes, a real isolated kind of feeling. It's kind of similar to the feeling you get in the Japanese horror film Pulse, which is also a film that you can really feel the loneliness in it. So if you've seen Pulse, you know what I'm talking about. It's a similar kind of feel to this movie. And a bit of trivia, this film is the first film in Norway in 17 years to get an 18 classification. So there's one particular scene in here. While it's not too brutal, it's still very shocking. You watch the movie and you'll find out. There was a big debate in the UK as to whether or not this film would get through uncut. It did. This is a UK release. It did get through uncut. Personally, I don't know what the big fuss was all about, because I've seen much worse. And so I'm glad it came through uncut, because it wouldn't have had the same impact if it wasn't. So it is a subtitled movie, being Norwegian. So once again, if you're not really into reading while you're watching, then I'd stay away from this film. I can really see a lot of people disliking it, but also a lot of people who are liking it. It's only 76 minutes long, so if you've got a short attention span, you should still be able to get through it. As I said, I can't give away too much with the story because I don't want to spoil it. It's something you really have to see. And I highly, highly recommend this film. It's not a lot has been heard about it. I stumbled upon this by accident, and I'm really glad I purchased it because it's certainly worth the purchase in my books. I'm really into the psychological kind of stuff. If you're into the gore, then I'd stay away from this, but if you're a fan of psychological horror or thriller and atmospheric kind of movie, it's this is certainly a film to check out. Highly recommended. I really like this. And as I said, even though there's no gore, there's not too much violence, but it's a 76-minute film, so it pretty much gets interesting very quickly because it's not an overly long movie. If I had one criticism of it, it's the fact that I would have liked it to be a bit longer, but that's only a very small criticism. It's a very, very good film. The acting is brilliant. The lead actor especially did an awesome job. Apparently he's a well-known actor in Norway. So yes, I'm not terribly familiar with Norwegian actors, so I can tell why he's popular and well known because he's very good. And the women who played the two lead female characters were also very good. So good acting, very good directing, and so you can't go wrong with this one. If psychological horror is your thing, definitely check this one out. But if you're into the gore, then I'd look elsewhere. But anyway, it's highly recommended, and I suggest you go out and see it. Okay, guys, well that's it. I hope this was a decent review for you all, and thanks for watching. See you later.